Alex Pereira just knocked out Jiri Prochazka at 2 seconds into the second round. So let's break down this fight and see what happened. At the beginning of round 1, we have Alex Pereira throwing leg kicks. Something that Jiri was doing to try to deal with the leg kicks was switching his stances a lot, but that only served to injure both of his legs. Here we have a leg kick from Alex on Jiri's right leg, and a body kick from Alex. So he was able to use these kicks very effectively, targeting the legs, body, and eventually head of Jiri Prochazka. Here we have Jiri trying to counter one of Alex's leg kicks by throwing a left hand, but Alex's weird defense is too good, where he just keeps his hands up in front of him to protect his head and leans away from the punch and is still able to land a good leg kick on Jiri. Jiri throws another follow-up left hook, but Alex has his arms out to parry it and defend himself. And he's able to move away successfully. Jiri follows up the attack with a double jab, and it actually does get through Alex's guard. And these straight punches through the guard were the most successful punches that Jiri was having on Alex. One thing that Alex switched up in this fight was throwing his jabs. So usually Alex throws jabs to the body, the stomach, or the chest of his opponent, but Jiri ducks down really far when he attacks, and so Alex raised his jabs a little bit and started targeting Jiri's face with his jabs. And he lands a hard shot right on Jiri's chin as Jiri is ducking down. And it completely just stops Jiri's forward momentum. Another brutal leg kick from Alex Pereira, and Jiri goes for a leg kick of his own, but Jiri's leg kicks are just too little, too far between to compete with Alex Pereira's leg kicks. Here we have another push kick from Alex, and you can see that these push kicks are giving Jiri issues because they're just hitting his body and getting him tired and hurt. Another straight jab attack from Jiri Prochazka, but this time it misses the target, and he seems to want to follow it up with an overhand right, but Alex's hands are in the way and he isn't able to successfully throw the punch like that, and Alex gets away. And here we have Jiri throwing a left hook at the same time Alex reacts and throws his left hook, and Alex's left hook actually connects pretty clean right on the cheek of Jiri Prochazka, and you can see it knock his head back, and Jiri gets wobbled by that and shakes his head, nodding in approval, acknowledging that he got hit by a punch. Another body jab that turns into a head jab because Jiri ducks so far down. And this was a pretty good little blitz from Jiri. So he throws a straight right, and again, it's going to be those straight punches that get through Alex's guard. So the straight right lands. He chases him down, trying to throw an overhand. This is the exact same finishing sequence that happened in their first fight, where Jiri throws an overhand right. Alex ducks away from it and then swings up with a right hook and a left hook combination. So Alex is able to successfully lean away from the right hand, and he throws the left hook, causing Jiri to really back away and dodge out of that hook. However, they still fight, and Jiri throws that spearing left like he did to start the combination, but this time Alex has seen it coming and he ducks down to land his own punch. And this is just an example of Alex's superior kickboxing, where we see this left hand that Jiri throws at the beginning land, and then immediately Alex is able to make the adjustment and slip underneath that and land his own punch on top of Jiri. And Alex also comes up and he throws the right hand afterwards, which connects pretty clean on Jiri, even though he's pulling his head away. So that was a sweet combination where Alex ducks underneath Jiri's left punch, landing his own, and then throws the right hand over the top as Yuri's retracting his left. So Alex is just operating on a whole nother level of kickboxing skill. Another hard leg kick from Alex Pereira, and your Prochazka steps in with a jab, and you can see that Alex just takes the better angle on the jab, getting away from it and landing it right in that shoulder/neck area of Jiri. Leg kick from Alex, jab from Alex, another body jab from Alex, body kick from Alex, and then he's able to kick the body with front kicks and then these wheel kicks. And with these wheel kicks, he's also going to bring it up top eventually. Here we have Alex throwing a jab to Yuri's face, which Jiri avoids. And now we have Alex throwing another left hook, which Jiri has his hand up, so he's actually blocking it this time. But it still throws Jiri off balance because of the force behind it. And Jiri goes to throw a left hook of his own. Alex avoids it, and Jiri kind of just falls. And then again, we have this exact same sequence where Jiri throws a jab, Alex throws a jab, but Alex has the superior kickboxing skill. Alex throws a big overhand right that misses, and Jiri clinches up with him. They go to the clinch, and Yuri's working for a takedown. I might do a breakdown of this grappling later, but just to suffice to say, Alex did a great job of staying on his feet, and he was doing a great job of attacking Jiri. He landed 2 knees and 10 hammer fists/elbows to Yuri's body. And those shots, while they're small, when Alex throws them, they hurt and they add up. And he did a great job fighting the hands, staying on his feet, and ultimately he breaks out of the grip by having a grip on Yuri's wrist and having an underhook, and then he just shucks Jiri off of him and gets back into distance. Here we have Alex throwing a head kick, and Jiri is able to pull away from it. But this is important because if you've seen the fight, you'll know that this is the strike that finishes the fight in round 2. So Jiri has his only one hand up, and he's leaning into it, but when he sees it, he's leaning away from it. So against an opponent like Jiri, who's always crouching down, those head kicks are going to be important. Here we have another jab from Alex Pereira. It looks like it lands on the body. Jiri just didn't have any answer for those. And a right hand from Alex. So Jiri knows that he's getting jabbed up a lot. So what happens? It looks like Alex is going to throw his jab. He makes it look like he's going to throw something with his left hand. Jiri sticks out his right hand to try to parry it. And then Alex throws his own right hand right over the top. And it doesn't really connect, it just grazes Jiri's ear, but it's still a strike that Alex was able to surprise Jiri with. Good leg kick from Alex. And in this situation, I wanted to include this because it shows that Alex is starting to think about landing his left hook whenever Jiri throws with his left hand. And we can see how Alex reacts to these feints that Jiri's throwing. So what does Jiri do? He moves and he cocks his right hand. How does Alex respond? He shifts his weight and he cocks his own left hand because he knows that his hook is going to be there whenever Jiri throws. So Jiri shifts, he lifts up his right hand, Alex shifts his weight and shifts his hips so that he can spring into that left hand. But Jiri never actually throws and Alex lets it go. But that's a faint 6 seconds before his left hook that actually knocks Jiri out that shows you what Alex's intentions are. He knows there's not that much time left, and so he's going to try to land big punches, and he knows that that left hook lands. Because if we go back to this, when Jiri threw with his left hand, Alex's left hook was there. It landed. And when we go back to the other left hook that landed, Jiri was also throwing with his left hand. So Alex knows that he can land the harder, cleaner punches whenever Jiri throws a left-handed strike. And when we get to 1 second left, Jiri throws a strike that Alex has been waiting for and lands his left hook right on the jawline, getting a nice little concussive blow through Jiri's chin, rattling his brain around in his skull and knocking him down. And really, the fight could have been stopped from here. This was not a slip. This was not Jiri getting knocked off balance. We can see that when he lands, his head is completely tilted off to the side. He's not conscious at this point. It bobbles down, snaps down, and his legs come up. He's not aware of his surroundings at all. He's just looking off into the distance. Alex stands over him, but the bell rings and Herb stops the round, calls an end to the round. Jiri gets up, but he is dazed and he's never fully recovers. So let's take another look at it from this angle. Jiri throws a jab with his left hand. Alex, it looks like he gets hit with the jab, but he's really just pulling his head back, and he's doing that because it is his form for his left hook. The hook comes up and connects clean right on the tip of the chin, the perfect leverage point to whip this skull around, which will rattle the brain inside. And Jiri goes down completely. Just another view from this angle. Just nice stuff from Alex Pereira. And the next round starts. It's 5 seconds into the round. Alex just throws a head kick, connects clean. Jiri's knocked out. And I need to take a moment to criticize Herb Dean's refereeing. This was a horrible stoppage. Jiri was knocked down twice in the span of a minute, and Herb Dean sees him get head kicked for the second time a minute after he just got dropped with a left hook, and then thinks to himself, nah, I'll just let him take 11 more concussive blows before I finally stop the fight. And then you get scenes like this where the guy can barely stand. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't be able to barely stand if he just got head kicked and no other strikes were landed. But the fact that Herb Dean let him take an additional 11 punches that he didn't need to is absolutely ridiculous. We need to really tighten up our standards to protect our fighters. So, yeah, just another angle of the head kick. Alex just throws a head kick. He knows Jiri is dazed. He has faith in his own power. Jiri, God bless him, thinks it's going to the body. He brings his arms down to try to catch it, parry it, but it's just going right to the face. The top of Alex's foot just connects cleanly to Jiri's skull, and that is too much brain damage for one man to take in a single night, and he falls and the fight is over. Again, super concussed. Your Prochazka is a great fighter. I love his personality. I love his fighting style. But this is a horrible matchup for him. He is way too reckless and relies too much on his own chin against a guy who is just a superior kickboxer and has great power and precision to find those knockout shots in Alex Pereira. Jiri Prochazka should probably just keep fighting, but fight down, take time off, and then fight down in the rankings. Alex Pereira, I really need to see him fight Magomed Ankalaev. He's shown an improvement in his wrestling, and this performance against Jiri was almost flawless. There was never a flawless performance, but if you are going to call it any performance flawless, it's got to be this one. He got hit with pretty much nothing, took no damage. The most damage he took in this fight was from kicking Jiri's head. and he's shown improvements in his wrestling. So I need to see him fight Magomed Ankalaev. I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. If he wants to fight at heavyweight, that would be great. Fight Magomed Ankalaev first. So not much to talk about. Alex Pereira has great left hook. He has great leg kicks. He has great jabs to the body. And he has been developing the rest of his kicking game and his wrestling. So he already has elite striking, top of the line striking with better wrestling and adding in areas to his game that just haven't been there before, such as overhand rights, these head kicks. And we have seen him kick guys before, but just using that more and more and figuring out how these head kicks and these overhand rights and all of this other stuff that he's been developing is going to support his main weapons of the body jab, the left hook, and the leg kicks. Not a super complicated breakdown today, guys, but thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back with another video later. See ya.